Hello, welcome. So this is our chapter 11, part 1. So in this part, we will discuss about the depreciation, what is depreciation, and we will solve one problem by using straight line method of depreciation and sum of years digit method. Okay, depreciation is the allocation of cost. Okay, allocation of cost over the useful life of an asset. So we know that property, plant, and equipment and intangible assets are purchased with the expectation that they will provide future economic benefits, usually for several years. And these acquisition costs are usually allocated over the useful life of an asset. Okay, so these assets are acquired to be used as part of the revenue generating operations. So the acquisition cost of these assets should be allocated to the periods benefited by their use. So the cost allocation is known as depreciation for property, plant, and equipment, and depletion for natural resources, and amortization for intangible assets. Let's have an example. Say, for example, we purchased a computer for $1,000 and the expected useful life is 10 years. And there is no salvage value after the useful life. Okay, so if we allocate this 1,000 over the useful life of the asset, meaning over the 10 years, so every year we will be allocating $100, right? So every year the depreciation of the computer will be $100. And let's have another example. So the cost of the truck is 8,200, we can see the here, okay? And the salvage value at the end of the 5 years life is 2,200. So the remaining $6,000 will be allocated over the useful life, meaning over the 5 years. Okay, so it means that, see, this 6,000 will be divided by 5. This is for straight line method of depreciation. So every year, so we will be allocating $1,200, okay, over the useful life of the asset. And so measuring the cost allocation, the service life, we have to be careful about the service life of an asset. So estimated use that the company expects to receive from the asset. And the allocation base, the cost of the asset expected to be consumed during its service life. And the allocation method, so the pattern in which the allocation base is expected to be consumed. Okay, and the service life, the amount of use that the company expects to obtain from an asset before its disposal. So it is usually expressed in units of time or in units of activity. Okay, in units of time, so say for example, we can use a computer for 10 years. So this is the useful life of the computer. Or we can say that we have purchased a machine, and this machine can produce say 300,000 units. So this is the useful life of the machine. Okay, so the service life of an asset is always less than the physical life of an asset. The reasons are very clear. For tangible assets, the expected rate of technological changes, for example, say think about the iPhone. Okay, every year we are getting the newer version of iPhone. So the expected life of the older version is going to be less than the expected one. Okay, so meaning the physical life, we usually like to have the newer version of the iPhone. And for the intangible assets, legal or contractual life provides the upper bound for service life. So the allocation base, so we need to calculate the allocation base of an asset. So the allocation base is the initial cost, okay, and we will subtract the residual value, okay, the salvage value of an asset. Oh, okay. And allocation method, there are different methods to allocate, and they are time-based method and activity-based method. So the time-based methods, there are two time-based methods. so the straight line method and accelerated methods. There are two accelerated methods usually used: the declining balance method and the sum of years digit method. They are the accelerated depreciation method, and this is the straight line method. Okay, so now we'll solve two problems, and this will help us understand how to calculate the depreciation under the straight line method, double declining, and sum of years digit method, and under the units of activity method. Okay, now let's go to the problem. So here's the problem set. So this is the problem set 1. So we have two problems. This one I will solve, and this one for your practice. Okay, so now let's go to the problem. So I have already created the template, the Excel template. Okay, so the first one is, so this problem will be on learn. On January 1, 2020, the Fab Delivery Company purchased a delivery van for 43,350. Okay, this is the initial cost. So at the end of its 5-year useful life, and its estimated value is 4,500, which is the residual value. Okay, and the company expects to drive the van for 105,000 miles. Okay, and we need to calculate depreciation by using the straight line method, sum of years digit method, double declining balance method, and units of production method. So see that year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Year 1 means actually 2020. So just say that this one is 2020. Okay, and then this one is 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024. Okay, now let's see how to solve the problems under straight line method. So the first thing, let me calculate the depreciation. Okay, so depreciation per year would be equal to how it will be. So first we need to calculate the depreciable amount. So it should be equal to, say, 43,350, okay, minus 4,500. This is the residual value. Okay, this is the amount of depreciable amount. So and number of years is 5. Okay, so this is gonna be how much? This should be equal to, so if we subtract 43,350 minus 4,500, so we have total 38,850, and if we divide it by 5, so our yearly depreciation is gonna be 7,770. So the yearly journal entry would be equal to depreciation expense. Okay, 7,770. Okay, let me see. Depreciation, it should be depreciation expense. Okay, and then accumulated depreciation. We need to write the name of the asset after accumulated depreciation. This one is van. Okay, so depreciation. Okay, why I missed? Okay, so this is the yearly depreciation, journal entry for depreciation. Okay, so every year we will prepare this journal entry. Okay, for the depreciation. Now let's prepare the depreciation schedule. Okay, so this is the year 1. Actually, I have started from 2020. Okay, now the depreciable base. So let's calculate it. So the depreciable base is 43,350 minus 4,500. Okay, so which is equal to 38,850. So every year the base is same, okay, and the depreciation rate is equal to 1 over useful life of an asset. So that is 20%. So every year it is 20% because it is straight line method, and the depreciation for the first year would be equal to depreciable base multiplied by the rate. So 7,770, and this the same amount for every year. And now accumulated depreciation, it should be for the first year, this is the only amount we have, and the end of year book value would be, so our initial book value minus the accumulated depreciation. Okay, so this one. And the second year, see, the accumulated depreciation would be equal to first year depreciation plus second year. So it should be equal to this one plus this one. Okay, and end of year book value would be equal to, so again 43,350 minus this accumulated depreciation. Okay, now in the third year, so depreciation until second year plus depreciation in the third year. So this is the total accumulated depreciation, and our end of year book value would be equal to this one. So the same way, accumulated depreciation for fourth year, and again, so 43,350 minus this one. Okay, and for the fifth year, the accumulated depreciation until fourth year plus fifth year's depreciation, this one, and 43,350. Sorry, so 43,350 minus until fifth year's accumulated depreciation. So this is our end of year book value. Okay, okay. So and now let's sum up. Okay, this is the total depreciation, and so this is the accumulated depreciation. And now let's see. Let me just, okay, so insert shape. So see that this one, then okay, and this one. See that our depreciable base and total depreciation and the accumulated depreciation, they are equal. Okay, and this one is the residual value. See that, and let me just show you how we okay, this one is the, oh no, this one is our, okay, so this one is our residual value. Okay, this is the residual value, and we know that the residual value is 4,500. Okay, so this is how we prepare the depreciation schedule, okay, for the straight line method. Okay, now let's solve the problem by using the sum of years digit method. Okay, so the first one is we need to calculate the sum of years digit. So it should be equal to, okay, let's insert equation, so it would be better. So this should be equal to, we know that n into, meaning L multiplied by n plus 1 divided by 2. So it should be equal to, again, okay, so n is 5, n means number of years, so 5 plus 1, okay, divided by 2, so which is equal to 15. So this is the sum of years. So one interesting thing is that, so let's see, the first year's depreciation, sorry, depreciation rate would be equal to, see, 5 over 15. See that? Then second year's depreciation rate would be equal to 4 over 15. See that? In this way, so the fifth year's depreciation rate would be equal to 1 over 15. Okay, so that is why it is called that accelerated depreciation. See that the first year we have higher depreciation rate. So let's calculate the first year's depreciation is equal to, let's calculate this one. So the first year's depreciation would be equal to the first one is, so first we need to calculate the depreciable base. Okay, so the depreciable base is, no, we don't need this one. Okay, let's get rid of this one. We don't need the fraction. Okay, so what we can do, so the depreciable base would be 43,350 minus 4,500. Okay, multiplied by 5 over 15. Okay, this is the first year's depreciation, and which is equal to, the amount would be equal to 12,950. Okay, so this way we will calculate depreciation for every year. So for the second year it should be 4 over 15, correct? And now let's see how to for the year 2020, or we can say for year 1. Okay, the journal entry would be depreciation expense equal to 12,950 and accumulated depreciation, then 12,950. Okay, and now let's create the depreciation schedule. Okay, so let's go to the so this is our depreciation schedule for sum of years digit method. Okay, so it should be, okay, sum of years digit is equal to, okay, 15, and depreciable base, it should be equal to, so 43,350 minus 4,500, correct? And that is equal to this one. Okay, and the base should be same for all year. Okay, and the depreciation rate for the first year would be equal to 5 over 15. Okay, then for the second year 4 over 15. Okay, for the third year 3 over 15, and for the fourth year 2 over 15, and for the fifth year 1 over 15. Okay, this is the rate of depreciation. So the depreciation for the first year would be equal to depreciable base multiplied by depreciation rate. Okay, and okay, this is the depreciation for every year, we can see. Okay, and if we sum up, we can see that, okay, the total depreciation is 38,850, which is equal to depreciable base. Okay, okay, now calculate the accumulated depreciation. So this one is equal to this, and end of year book value, it should be equal to 43,350 minus accumulated depreciation. Okay, so the same thing, and the accumulated depreciation for the second year would be first year's depreciation plus second year's depreciation. Okay, and for the third year, depreciation until second year plus third year's. Okay, fourth year depreciation until total accumulated depreciation until third year plus fourth year's depreciation, and the fifth year the same way, Okay, so we have total accumulated depreciation 38,850, and now calculate the 43,350. Sorry. Okay. So 350. Okay, minus 4,500. What is that? Okay, and then no. Why? Oh, it should be equal to 43,350 minus accumulated depreciation. Okay, and that is equal to this one. And then again the same thing, 43,350 minus this amount. Okay. Then for the fourth year, so depreciable base minus this one. Okay. And 43,350 minus accumulated depreciation. Okay. So, and this is the residual value of the asset, and which is equal to 4,500. Okay. And now we understood that, so we can connect them by using arrow. So see that this is equal to this. Okay, and can we have, okay, we have the large one, and then see that this one is equal to this, meaning the accumulated depreciation is equal to total depreciation. Yeah, they should be same. Okay, so now I hope you have understood. Okay, this is how we calculate the sum of years digit method depreciation and for the straight line method of depreciation. Okay, so see you in the next videos. Okay, thank you, have a good one.